Yo, what's up, bro? Hey, computer went off early this morning, and I was getting an email. I sleep with it right by the bed. Somebody sent me a YouTube video, and I started flipping through them, and I saw this your video about I'm voting for Palin and McCain. I looked like what? And I looked at it, and I thought you was crazy. Though I'm thinking all the things everybody else would think. Hey, house nigga, all this stuff, or of course I don't like to use that word, but this is what I'm thinking in my head. And y'all listen to it, and you make some points, but they're kind of one-sided. And then, of course, you expect it to be if you're gonna vote for them to. But I want to make a response here because you said a lot of things that are kind of misleading, or you might have been misled. I'm not sure. First of all, on this video I watched, I started watching this one too. The first thing you said is what the Democrats use to for their vote is to say to get people to vote for them is to say that hey, Democrats are for the poor people, for the middle class, and the rich, and the Republicans are for the rich people. Not really true. The thing that caught me was when Democrats tied McCain to George Bush because the policies that the Republicans have been using have not been working. Their foreign policy doesn't really work. I don't feel much safer. I don't think anybody really feels safer because of what they've been doing. All this talk about the surge, the surge. Oh, the surge worked, the surge worked. If the surge worked, why are we still getting deployed? I'm military. If the surge really worked and we cut down all that stuff, why are we still going over there? The thing that's happening is Republicans are conservative. Conservatism has to do with clinging to values, clinging to. Now, I understand that, and some of the values you guys cling to are really good values. The values, clinging to the values are okay. Clinging to the methods that you've been using are not okay. See, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over, the exact same thing over and over, and expect different results. And Republicans have been doing the exact same thing over and over, and it's been good for a little while as far as like financially. Yeah, rich people are getting richer, poor people are getting poorer, but the rich people don't really see that. To say that the Republicans are gonna infuse the rich with more money and help them save more money, and that's gonna save the economy and create more jobs is bull, straight out. See, the rich people get rich and they want to hold on to their money. They don't get rich by giving it away. They get rich, they want to make as much as possible, they want to make profit, which means you spend less to make more. You want to make the people who you have working for you work harder and get more production out of them. That's the Republican mentality. All Barack Obama wants to do. And Barack Obama, if you listen to his books, he's a very educated person. He talks very well, and he's got some really good ideas. And when I listen to his books, I realized that his ideas were kind of like mine. Like we don't agree with abortion. Nobody agrees with abortion. Nobody says it's right to kill kids. No, that's just straight asinine to say, oh, they agree with let's just kill kids. He's pro-choice. There's a difference between abortion and pro-choice. It's a woman's body. It's her decision to make, especially if she's raped. We can all agree that if a woman's raped, should she really have to go through carrying that baby? I mean, I know you're a conservative, you're a Republican, but do you really think if a woman was raped by a man who she does not know or who she doesn't have any feelings for, should she be forced to carry that child to term and know that she's got a piece of her out there that came from nothing but a hateful crime? That's a good question. I mean, you might want to ask yourself about that. Well, let's get. I can't even remember where I was at right now. You had so many different things you talked about. Sarah Palin, that was John McCain's gimmick. She was not prepared for this. She stepped into the limelight, doing her thing, and right now, the election's over, of course, and Barack Obama won, and Sarah Palin's going back to Alaska. Even the Republican Party is trying to put reins back on her. Like she's not going to be the leader of the Republican Party. She's going to be one of maybe 23, 24. She's the new face of the Republican Party. They're thankful for what she did. She infused a little bit of excitement into the party because with the clinging to the old ways, yeah, that's not going to get across to American people. Anybody with a brain, all Barack Obama did was look at anybody with a brain and said, look, how was your situation now? How was your situation 8 years ago before Bush took office? Who's been in charge? It's been the Republicans. Republicans have the charge of the Congress. They had charge of the presidency. So really, they're the ones that cause all this stuff that's been going on. Rich people get greedy. By John McCain's own words, all this trouble that we're going through right now was caused by greedy rich people. That doesn't mean if you give them more tax breaks, they're going to make more jobs. Trust me, the more money you give them, the more money they're going to keep. That's why they're rich, because they hold on to stuff. Now, Barack Obama's plan, and I'm probably coming back to it now, what I said earlier. Barack Obama's plan, all he's doing is infusing the middle class with more money. He wants to infuse the middle class with money so they have more money to spend, to save, which makes us a wealthier country. Because what are they going to do? Oh, they're going to go ahead and spend that money in these businesses, and the rich people will still get rich. They're not going to be poor just because you don't give them tax breaks. Trust me. Walmart, if you don't give Walmart a tax break, they're not going to crumble. If you don't give a business making over 250,000, I know you say that's a very small business. If it's making 250,000 a year, it is, but they're not going to crumble if you don't give them a tax break. What it's going to do is force other business, maybe, and if they do, guess what? Other businesses will rise and take that spot. It creates a vacuum because somebody's got to make jobs. If it's a smaller business that's giving jobs away, so be it. I have a problem with all these corporations that are so what they like to say. Oh, it's too big to fail. That makes me nervous. If any business entity is too big to be allowed to fail, that's a little outstanding to me. See, maybe it's because I've been in the military for so long. Kind of watched. I haven't had to deal with the struggle of what am I gonna do for a job? Because I've had a job, steady job for like the last 12 years, so that hasn't been an issue with me. And I followed my president because that's my job. He's the commander in chief. I will do it. But I came in under Clinton, and there was definitely a change in the way the military thought. You could definitely see that the military or the U.S. has been spending way too much money on military efforts, and I don't see any type of results. All I see is we've taken down a dictatorship that had nothing to do with 9/11. The people in Iraq, they have gone through some tough times, but you had a 73, I think he was kind of old, old dictator who really had everything pretty much on lock. There was some type of stability in Iraq before we came in there. Even if it was by brute force or power, there was stability there. Now we've removed him. There's not really any stability, and now we're stuck in there in this money pit. There's a movie called The Money Pit. That's what it feels like to me. We're stuck in the money pit. So I mean, I feel you on a lot of issues. I don't believe they should kill Down syndrome babies, but like I say, I've never had one. And I pray to God I never will. But my kids have both been healthy. So we really gotta think about the direction your arguments are going in. Yeah, your arguments are kind of null and void now because yeah, Barack Obama won, and you're gonna get a chance to see how he operates. He's not all about all extremism and we're off to the left wing, whatever. He actually operates in the left wing, but he reaches to the right. He's gonna have people in his party in his cabinets that don't totally agree with everything he says because he's an educated man who believes there's two sides to every coin, and he has to find areas where people agree upon to go ahead and make those type of decisions. That's the way he thinks. Another key point that made me vote Democratic this year. John McCain, when he said, oh, "I can't believe Barack Obama is going to sit down with the enemy with no preconditions." This you have to be able to talk to your enemies. If you can't talk to your enemies, then you're going to be stuck fighting forever. And that's the problem with the Republican Party. They have to let that go. I mean, it's a lot more. I'm gonna make some more videos because I got a lot more responses to this stuff. But this is just a starter, man. It's like what 4 o'clock in the morning. I rolled over. Once I heard that video, I was like, "What the? This is vibe. This dude was crazy. Yeah, this dude was crazy." But I understand you're not crazy. You just have to. I think we have a pretty educated debate on this because a lot of stuff you're saying, yeah, it's not really true about the Democratic Party. Maybe about the party, but not about the president. Well, alright, that's all I got, man. I'll make another video and I'll be dressed and everything. I'm sitting up in the bed right now. I ain't even had time. I was like, wow, I gotta make this video. Alright.